students, and welcome to week 4. I'm here this week without my lazy cat Marley. I don't know where she is. She's usually around when I'm making these videos, but she's nowhere to be seen today. I want to welcome you to our 4th week together. We have a lot of great work ahead of us and another presentation. So I'm going to get right into talking first about the work that we did last week. I thought you did an amazing job in the discussions. You provided some really nice examples of different structures. And I thought that something that we really got out of our discussions was the impact of these different structures. And I think that's really the key thing for you to be aware of. These different structures will have different impacts. And so as a writer, you become aware of what those impacts are, how powerful these are, if there's something different, what kind of power does that have? With different structures, different things get emphasized, and what that is going to mean to your audience. So hopefully that's something that you were able to take away from this. I think you were. We had a really great discussion. I also had a chance to grade your work from week 2, so I got to take a peek at those wonderful presentations, which we'll be talking about a little more as we talk about the presentations coming up for this week. First, I just want to summarize your work for the week. You do have chapter 7 reading from our text, which is really a great chapter. We have our discussion as usual. You do have a works cited project. I will be posting an additional resource to help with that, but of course we have wonderful resources here at SNHU as well. I wanted to spend a little more time in this video announcement talking about your presentation that you're going to be doing this week. It's one of those mini presentations. I thought you did a beautiful job handling the small quality of the first presentation that we had. It's like a little presentation that packs a lot of punch, and I thought that you all did a wonderful job with that. We're going to do the same kind of thing here. Nothing huge, nothing that should take you an enormous amount of time, but you're going to get practice with your presentation skills, and you're going to dig into your author's use of language and that kind of style. So the first thing, of course, just reviewing the instructions from the presentation assignment, is you're going to include an original excerpt from your author from one of the works. You're going to do a Cliff's Notes style paraphrase of it in your next slide. Then the next thing you're going to do is examine the imagery of the connotation. So denotation is going to be the literal definition, but obviously when we're talking about great writers, there's a lot of connotation that goes along with their word choices. So you're going to be looking at that on an additional slide. You are required to also have an intro slide, to use visuals as always, and to use resources. I wanted to talk a little bit about that because on the first presentation, most of you did a fantastic job bringing in those resources a little bit. You can do it on an additional slide, or sometimes it just gets integrated into some of the other pieces that you're going through. But you want to make sure that you don't just put something on your works cited on your presentation that you don't really use in that presentation. So take advantage of those resources that you find and make sure that some of that information, at least the important information to your topic, is coming through in that presentation as well. Also, this is not required by looking at the instructions, and it wasn't required for the first one either, but I highly recommend, just in my own professional opinion, including some kind of conclusion or wrap-up slide as well before you get to the works cited. I just had this feeling with some of the presentations that it was like, here's an example, and then it just ended. And so this isn't required, and I know these are mini presentations, but it might be a good idea to go ahead and practice those skills, bringing everything, to a head. These are the key ideas I want my audience to get. It's what we would do in a traditional presentation. Again, it's not required, but it might be something that's going to add a nice touch to your presentation, which you might be able to use in other places. I hope this information is helpful. I am really looking forward to another round of presentations. They are way fun to read. They take me a bit, but they're so much fun to read and, of course, view. You do a wonderful job with visuals. Some of you have some mad presentation skills that I am absolutely jealous of. I did want to say, if you use a Prezi, instead of downloading the PDF because it's zipping those things up and I wasn't able to unzip them very easily, just copy and paste the link to your Prezi. You just go to share and it will get you that link that you can just copy and put right in there. This worked fine for most people, but I did have a few who had zip files that I wasn't able to open. So if that was you, please just send me your link when you get a chance and I'll update your grade. So I look forward to another great week. I love our work in the discussions and I can't wait to see what you do with these new presentations. Have a good week, everyone. Bye-bye.